Welcome to your AmSpirit, North Scottsdale Business Connections weekly member presentation. And now, your presenter, owner, and president of Fairway Independent Mortgage, Mark Warren.
Well, good morning. You guys have heard me do presentations a couple times. First of all, I sell money. I can do pretty much any kind of residential mortgage you want. I can do the traditional, I can do the reverse. We can do what they used to call the Alt-A. They're not quite as bad as they used to be as far as the programs and being flexible and loose with the rules. But we have programs where we can do based on what your bank statements have, not just your W-2s or 1099s. It's interesting because a lot of people I encounter in this world and in networking are self-employed, so it's harder to do programs for them because depending on how you report your income and record it and turn it into Uncle Sam. So sometimes we have to use your bank statements. We can use assets and everything. Today I'm not going to talk to you about mortgages, but I'm going to talk to you about the why. We have all of us have been talking about what we do. We've been working on our commercials, and we've been working on that elevator speech is what we used to call it. Now, you know it. I joke about it from when I was a kid, there were commercials that would say, write 25 words and send in 2 box tops and get the decoder ring or get the cool thing. So my thing is, tell me about it in 25 words and 2 box tops. Make it simple and sweet. If I ask you the time, don't tell me how to make the watch, right? But that's the what. What I want to talk about is the why. And if some of you have heard the TED Talks by Simon Sinek, you know the discussion of the why. Why do you do it? What is it you do for a living, and why do you choose to do that? And we could go around the room. We could probably spend hours talking about that because we all have different levels of experience. My why has started to boil down to, just a little over a year ago, I got into the mortgage business. I had 25 years of sales and experience in dental and medical sales. I was venturing into a new world, a new atmosphere for me, because I can talk to you about your business. I can help you, coach you on looking at simple things in your business. We used to call them gaps, finding the gaps and helping you fill those gaps and improving your business. But I went from where I was working with businesses to where I'm working with the consumer directly. And there are different whys I have in my world. And one of the first whys that I told you about when I first joined this organization was a program we have with Fairway Mortgage called the American Warrior Initiative. The American Warrior Initiative is a program where we go around the country every week and we put on events teaching realtors and mortgage officers, loan officers, how to better support our veterans and our service people when they come home. And recently in May, we hosted a very large event here at the JW Marriott at Desert Ridge where we had 450 realtors from around the state attend our event. And the gist of this and the why is for that part of my business, and that's helping with VA loan programs, helping them find housing and protecting their rights. Because a lot of times you'll hear people say, well, we won't take a VA loan on this or whatever. Baloney. It's not an option. And that's where we're stepping up to defend our veterans. As part of the American Warrior Initiative, we raise funds at these events and we donate to veterans in each community. At our event this year, we had a very special presentation because something we've discovered is a lot of the veterans who are dealing with their issues, whether it's PTS or whether it's drugs or whatever, we found that the dogs are helping them, the service animals. And so around the country, we've identified some services where we can purchase the dog for them and raise money for the dog and its training, which depending on which group you can go, it's about $5,000 or more, which most of these vets aren't in a position to be able to afford that. So at our event this year, we were able to raise enough for 3 dogs. And we have a local charity, and I apologize, I'm forgetting the names, a local charity here in the Valley who trains these animals and works with these animals for veterans. So at our event this year, we bought 3. There were 2 that were present, and the gentlemen who were there with your animals did not know we were paying for those animals that they were working with. In fact, one of the gentlemen, I didn't realize this, we're in a huge ballroom, and one of the gentlemen starts stressing out because he's standing in front of 600 people. He's like, this is freaking me out. Well, then all of a sudden the dog senses that, and the dog puts his hands on the gentleman's shoulders, started kissing him and playing with him and distracting him, and it calmed him down. And I thought it was just a dog being silly. And somebody says, no, Mark, that's part of what the animal does. The animal sensed that he was getting stressed. He sensed the tension in him and helped him work through it. I thought, okay, that to me that's a why. That's why I do what I do. Recently, I've been working with what seems to be younger couples. For some reason, my last 3 purchases have been young couples or young people getting their first home. And this is where the why is coming to me, because I'm getting to give them the opportunity to have their first home. Whether it's a condo, whether it's a townhouse, it's their first home. It's theirs. And I'm so proud of the work I do to help the veterans and any of my clients. But recently, these 3, just 2 young couples and 1 young man, it's phenomenal for me to see the excitement, because I don't remember that from when I built my first house 30 years ago. And I've been in my current house 20 years, so that's kind of worn off, and I'm sitting here going, let's sell this big monster and downsize. But seeing the excitement in them and seeing that this is their first home. It may not be their best home and it may not be their last home, but it's their first one. And seeing that joy, and that is what's cutting through to my heart and getting me wanting to get up in the morning. I mean, we'd all admit, do you jump out of bed every morning for what you do? Great. I don't. But now I'm getting that back. I'm getting that verve, that energy back, because I'm seeing that excitement in my clients. I'm seeing what I can do to help them. In the past, I talked to you about the reverse mortgages. And John and I have done some presentations for some of his clients, and we still have some ways to go there. But the reverse mortgage is another why, because for some of these people, I can make the difference of letting them stay in their home and have financial security. But when you think about what you do, in all your different aspects of what you do, what's your why? What's your why? Why do you do it? And I'm going to leave you with that thought.